What's up, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Valor Dating. Listen, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about, is game sleazy? And it got me to thinking. I was like, there's so many different perspectives that you can take with game, that where somebody could arrive at that conclusion. Or the other way, conversely, is just, look, I'm just trying to get better with women, be able to relate, be able to communicate who I am better. A lot of people just assume that it's sleazy, that it's one way, and that's with anything. People are going to take whatever narrative that they want to run with and run with it. We see it, with everything, man, where people just take a narrative that fits their perspective or their worldview and want to run with it. And you know what? And here's the deal. I would venture to say that anybody that watches this particular video that thinks game or pickup or anything like that, however you want to put it, is sleazy, this probably isn't going to change their mind. You know what I mean? Because they've already reinforced that in their mind 100 times, that there's something wrong with it. It's nefarious. It's, something that just shouldn't be done and shouldn't be taught and shouldn't be around. They put labels on things, a way to just make it dismissive. And I think you know what some of those labels are and things like that, so I'm not going to delve into that. But look, I look at it like this. Oftentimes, many things are a tool. A tool can be used for the purpose it's intended for, or it can be used for something else. It's how I use the tool is what makes it good or bad. The tool in and of itself is non-consequential, right? It's neutral. It doesn't have a good intended purpose or a bad intended purpose. Its purpose is whatever the user is going to use it for. I got a few thoughts on is game sleazy. We're going to hop into it right now. Let's get it. Number one, your intent. Why are you in this? Why are you trying to learn this? And I will tell you, man, I have no judgments. If it's a thing of like, look, I just want to get out here and get with as many girls as I can, okay. Cool. I'm not going to judge you for that, and I don't think that that's necessarily wrong in the right context. Or if you're just like, hey, look, man, I just want to find a girl at some point that, that I can be selective about, and I choose this girl, and that's going to be the girl that I'm going to marry, and we're going to have a family, and so on and so forth. No judgment, man. What you intend for game, it can be sleazy. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to judge your ethics. All right. I don't feel like I'm in the position to do that. I have my own thoughts on that. I'm not going to say you are a bad person if you do this, as long as it's legal. I'm not going to judge your ethics, but I do see from time to time different guys that are like, I don't care if she's married. I don't care about if she's in a relationship. I don't care anything about that. If she's down, I'm with it. I hear you, but here's the thing. And this isn't even an ethical thing. This is just a practical standpoint, okay? You are setting yourself up. Now, you may get away with it for a little bit, but sooner or later, you are going to run into a situation where that girl is going to feel hurt, she's going to feel guilty, and she may spill the beans to her man, who that guy may not take kindly to that and come after you. And so, look, and I'm not saying you have to live in fear or anything like that, but what I am saying from a practical standpoint is, look, why are you inviting all this drama into your life where you have to even consider such things when there's all kinds of girls that are down, that are single, that it's not even an issue, So to me, that is a scarcity mindset. If, whatever comes along, if she's down, I'm with it. Like, dude, there's so many girls that you could go out there and talk to that you can get what you want, and she'll be down for it and happy to do it. It's just, you have to just go out there and do it, man. If it's just a thing of like, whatever comes along, like, really, man? Come on, dude. Like, you can go find other women. You know what I mean? So look, the intent behind your purpose of being involved in this community, trying to learn this skill set, all that kind of stuff, it's important, man. There's context and nuance and all that kind of thing. And I think that you really need to be serious with yourself and really honest with yourself and ask yourself, is what I'm doing actually beneficial for me? Or am I just trying to be a hero to other guys? Am I trying to pump up my own ego? Am I trying to impress people with the fact that I can get out here and kick it with these girls that other guys can't? You know, like, what is the reasoning behind what you're doing? Because I would argue, if that's the reason that you're out here trying to kick it because, again, hero to guys, pump up your ego, fill a void that's a hole in your own life. If you're doing it for those purposes, again, I'm not judging, but what I will say is, man, you may want to really reevaluate your life and figure out other ways that are going to be more productive for you. Okay? All right, we're going to get into number 2. Let's get it. Number 2, do you actively manipulate? Okay, here's the deal, man. You know, it's a thing of like this. If you are trying to coerce women to the point of it's going against their own better judgment, their own morals, if you're lying to them, if you're trying to present yourself as something that you're not, I think we all know what manipulation is, man. I don't know how much more I really need to break it down than that. You know, if you're actively trying to coerce or use trickery or something like that in order to get in good with a girl, is it really worth it? At the end of the day, man, look, you are who you are, and that's gonna come out in the wash, okay? What you should be trying to do is influence. There's a big difference between manipulating and influence. Okay, let's think of it like this. A car salesman, all right? Now, generally, when I say the word car salesman, what comes to mind? You think of a sleazy individual who's out trying to trick you into buying a car that you wouldn't otherwise normally get, okay? If that salesman is lying to you about the gas mileage, lying to you about, you know, it's in good shape, lying to you about X, Y, and Z, that person isn't looking out for other individuals. What that person is doing is only looking out for self. Okay? And I get it, it's his job, he's trying to sell cars, I understand that. But at the same time, if you are a good salesman, ultimately you get return customers. A guy that's not a good salesman may get sales, but those people aren't gonna come back to work with that individual. Why? Because they had buyer's remorse. They felt like they were duped into something that they wouldn't normally otherwise do, okay? But on the other hand, think of it like this. If a car salesman, you come to get a car, and you're like, yeah, so, you know, I'm looking for something that is kind of sporty, you know, something that you know, that I could fix up a little bit, give it some extra horsepower, and you know, something that it's sleek and looks nice and all that kind of stuff. And he starts asking you questions about your life, and you say you have a family with 5 kids, okay? So that salesman may say something to the effect of, is this a car that is just strictly for, you know, like pleasure? You know, like it's not something that's a needed vehicle to get to X, Y, and Z. You know, it's like something that you take out on the weekends, go to car shows. Is that what you're looking for? No, man, it's just, you know, we need another car in the family, and, you know, I just want something that kind of is like that. Well, you know, you may want to consider getting an SUV. Here's why. You know, think about your life and, you know, getting kids to sports practices and school and these certain events and all these things that might make more sense for you. Now, you may say, you know what, that kind of does make sense. And there's lots of good SUVs that I like, you know, that I think are pretty cool. So, yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at those too. See, that salesman is being influential, right? He's influencing you to say, hold up, man. You know, like, I hear you, you want to get something. Let's get the best thing for you. And how that relates to what I'm talking about is, if you're kicking it with a girl, present yourself in a way that says, okay, look, I hear you, but think of it like this, you know, and that's overcoming shit tests, you know, holding your frame. It's enforcing boundaries. That's what all those things are, man. To me, that is influential. That is not manipulating, okay? All right, we're gonna get number 3. Let's go. Number 3, be authentic. Okay, I alluded to this a little bit, all right, in that you are who you are as an individual, okay? And if you present yourself differently than who you actually are, then hey, look, man, you're selling a false bill of goods. You know, she's gonna have buyer's remorse. And me, I would rather it be my choice if I want to continue to see that girl, rather than her saying, no, this guy is not anything like what I thought, and I don't want anything to do with him. I would rather it be my choice to say to her, like, okay, come on, let's get it popping, or nah, we're good. I don't see a future here with you. So the thing is that if you are authentically yourself and you present yourself in the best version of you, that is a lot different than presenting yourself as somebody else, okay? What you should be looking to do is understand who you are at the core, your identity, who you are, the things that you want out of life, your worldview, your perspectives, all those things, the intrinsic value that you have, man. Those are the things that you should be focusing on and finding out how to communicate those things. Okay, and that's in large part what this channel is all about, is you being able to communicate the best version of you. So listen, guys, what I want you to do is your intrinsic value. Who do you think that you are? I know that sounds like, who do you think that you are? You know, like you're doing something. But here's what I'm trying to say. In the comments, what I would like you to do is tell me who you think that you are, okay? And here's the deal. That may be a challenge. And that's why I'm putting it out there, because I like challenging you guys. I want you guys to improve. I want you guys to get better, man, and start leveling up as much as you can. And I think this is one of the best ways that you can do it, is really, really know who you are. All right, so put in the comments who you think that you are. And what I'd love to have a discussion about it. I'd like to chop it up with you guys. So drop that down there, and we're gonna get into number 4. Let's get it. Hey guys, wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. You are doing yourself a favor by making sure that you see all the content that we drop 3 times a week, because look, if a situation arises, man, where you didn't have certain information, it's going to cost you. And why put yourself through that, right? So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you drop a comment, man. We always read the comments. We always respond to them. If you have a video idea, whatever the case might be, we want to hear from you. All right. Make sure that you share it with somebody that you know needs to see this content, because I know that you know guys who need to see what we're doing here. So check this out too, guys. We just dropped a brand new virtual program called the Modern Valor Dating Crash Course. And what we're doing there is giving you almost everything you need, man, for free. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to transformyourdatinglife.com. There's over 30 videos there, a boot camp that we shot, just giving you all the information so as that you can focus on inner game, outer game, calibration, approach anxiety, opening, building comfort and rapport, closing the deal, man. Also, the last Saturday in June, we're going to be doing our live Zoom event like we do the last Saturday of every month. We're going to have it linked up here. All you have to do is go register and show up. It's 100% free. We're going to be talking about shaking off the rust. See, here's the deal. We're coming out of COVID. Things are opening up. The world's starting to kind of transform back into what it used to be. Even if your area, wherever you live in the world, isn't opened up yet, it will be before too long. So why not get back on the horse, man? Get back in the game. Instead of sitting on the sidelines, we're going to show you how to reinvent yourself, how to transform your situation, how to get back out there and crush it. Number 4 is canned material sleazy. I can see the argument from both sides. Personally, I like canned material. I don't always teach it. It depends on the individual, who they are. What I feel as though would work best for them. Is it sleazy? I believe it's sleazy if it's a misrepresentation of who you are, okay? Think of it like this. Everybody uses canned material. Or everybody. If you walk into the grocery store right now and you get in line, come up to the cash register, what does the woman say? Hey, how you doing today? And you're like, I'm good. How many times do you think that she said that day? Just that day. 20, 30, 50, you know? So, and your response to it too, oh, I'm good. Maybe you just got fired from your job and somebody hit you in the head with a shovel. You know, like you're not good, but you're gonna say that you're good because that's what you say. That's canned material. All right, so look, everybody does that. Girls do it when they're testing guys. You're kicking it, oh, I've got a boyfriend. She doesn't have a boyfriend. She just says she had a boyfriend because it's a can't. She knows that that's one of the ways to either test you or get rid of you, okay? So she's gonna say it, whether it's true or not. Have it be something that is specific to you. Have it be something that fits your personality, who you are, all those types of things, man. You know, so, you know, oftentimes you hear guys say that, you know, canned material, going indirect, you know, mystery method-esque type of game is how you should do it. Then you have on the other side all the guys that are, you know, do direct game. No, man, that's not the way you do it. If you do it that way, you're doing it wrong. Then you have, conversely, the canned material guys are saying, no, direct is wrong. You got to move with a strategy and blah, blah, blah. You're doing it wrong. You know what? They're both wrong because they both work. Both work. It's just a matter of what works best for you. Okay? And that's what, like, for me personally, when I'm coaching, that's what it's about trying to do is find out what works best for the individual. Okay? All right, we're going to hop in number 5. Let's get it. Number 5, internalize it. See, here's the deal. I think a lot of people, they compartmentalize parts of their life where it's like, okay, when I'm at work, I'm this kind of person. When I'm at home, I'm this kind of person. When I'm doing game, I'm this kind of person. When I'm hanging with my friends, I'm this type of person. And to a degree that makes sense because obviously at work you're going to be more professional. At home you might be a little more relaxed. When you're doing game, you're trying to communicate your best self. When you're with your friends, you're just chilling, you know? So to a degree that makes sense. However, when you over compartmentalize your life, what happens is you turn into a different person in all these different settings with different ethics, different worldviews. You know, for instance, I've seen this happen more than a few times, and I'm sure you guys have too. And nobody likes this guy, by the way. The guy that whatever group he's with, he tries to fit in by being one of them. Okay? So if he's at work, he's going to take on the mannerisms and, you know, agree with the boss no matter what. All that kind of thing. You know, he's at home and he's being his true self. When he's out doing game, he's being the manipulative guy that I was talking about before. And then when he's with, you know, different types of groups of friends, you know, maybe it's a white dude that hangs out with black kids, you know, he tries to take on like black culture. And the thing is like, look, man, just be who you are. Just be the best version of yourself and communicate that. And people will accept you or not accept you. But the people that accept you are accepting you for you. You should be looking to internalize game because now it's a part of who you are. For instance, say you do martial arts. You know, you got a black belt. You've been doing it for 15 years. Okay? It has become a part of who you are. Does that mean everywhere you go you do karate? No, of course it doesn't. But what happens when you need it? You know, you're walking down the street and some guy tries to mug you. You don't even have to think about it. It's just part of who you are. You react to the moment. And that's the thing with game is it should be internalized. If it's part of who you are and you're being authentic, you're not trying to manipulate all those things, man, then you're not being sleazy. You're just being better. So listen, guys, we did a video a little while back on identity, okay? And I think that a lot of guys in game have an identity crisis, okay? So what I want you to do is, especially if you struggle with this, because we go really deep on it, I want you to go back, check that video out, and I will see you there.